Tonight, Dave and Josh, we have the president and founder of one of Australia's up-and-coming charities, the White House Foundation. Having started the charity at only 18 years of age back in 2009, Georgia hopes on offering more options to young people housed in aged care, most notably by building a care facility aimed especially towards their needs. She's come a long way in such a short period of time. Boys, you could learn a thing or two from her.
Thanks, Georgie, we could. Look, we're very happy to have her back on the show. She was, of course, a part of the finale last year. Please make her very welcome, Georgia Retallick. Hey. Again, wolf whistles from the crowd there.
Yeah, that's the first time that's happened. So, look, as he said, we did have you on for the finale last year.
Yeah.
We sponsored you guys for the show. We supported you for the show. And since finishing last season, we've become closer to you and the street team at the White House, and we've come to love, everything that you guys stand for, and we love you guys so much that we've decided that we're going to be supporting you for the entire season this year.
Yeah.
Yep. So we thought that we'd give you a chance to come back out here and reintroduce yourself to our old viewers and give yourself an introduction to the new viewers out there watching in TV land.
Yeah, fantastic. We're so glad to be back. We had a great response from last show. So yeah, it's really great to be back, and thank you guys for all your support.
We did mention that you were on the finale.
Yeah.
I think we gave you 2 minutes. And we delegated 7 to the slap.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So we prioritised here.
We'll give you a bit longer today.
All right.
Yeah.
Just for a recap, your main objectives going forward with the White House?
Yeah, definitely. Well, the White House Foundation is set up to benefit young people living in nursing homes. So like I described last time, what we want to do is we want to build a house for these young people so they don't have to live in aged care. So we're dealing with young people with physical disabilities, mainly from car accidents, domestic violence, acquired brain injuries, spinal injuries, and degenerative diseases, those kinds of things. And obviously these young people are living in aged care at the moment because there's nowhere else for them to go. There's that high care need level that's not being addressed. So what we want to do is we want to build a big home, a house where all these people can go with the appropriate on-site rehab and that kind of thing.
All right, cool. So look, how far are we away from having the first White House? Obviously the White House in question in the foundation. How far off are we from the first White House being built, and what are your obstacles in getting that built?
Yeah, well, White House is obviously a very ambitious project. It's also a multi-million-dollar project, so there's a lot of obstacles that we face in the next few years before getting it up and running. Mainly the things we're struggling with are the land and also building costs that are extremely high for a facility like this. We've been working closely with the state and federal governments to try and sort out some sort of funding partnership. Obviously we need funding for the house and the building process, but also funding for the staff. So they're probably our biggest obstacles in the next 2 years, but hopefully if that all goes well and we can get ourselves some land, we're looking at breaking ground on the first White House in the next 2 years.
Fantastic.
And I guess exposure is the other one, something that we struggle with.
Yes.
What are your plans on?
Yes, just a little.
Yeah. What are your plans on increasing exposure for the White House?
Definitely. When we got into this recent year and working on building up the profile of the charity, we realised not a lot of people knew that young people were in nursing homes, and they didn't know about the problem or our solution to the problem. So we set about setting up a campaign called the Are You Behind the Why campaign, and what we wanted to do was go out and get as many famous people as we could to sign these wooden whys we have and take a photo with them to say that they're behind the why, behind the cause, behind the problem, and behind the question, why is this happening to our young people? So we went out and we found lots of different people to do that. People like Rove, Danny McGinley, Andrew O'Keefe, Dave Hughes, and very famous hosts such as yourselves.
Oh, go on, darling, go on.
That's right, we signed a wine not too long ago, actually. I think we've got a photo here. There it is.
Hey.
There you go. We signed a way. It was good fun. I
was.
enjoyed it. I think Josh enjoyed it a little too much. I wrote. He was a handful that day. But look, I wrote a nice heartfelt message to you on the why.
Yes,
I did.
you did.
Josh, what did you write on the why?
From memory, it was Joshy in the White House, bro.
Yeah.
So I thought I'd give a.
Josh
Guys.
in the White House.
Georgia
Very
said she wanted a
professional.
gangster signature, and so I gave her a gangster signature. It happened.
Look, we're not the only ones in the studio though who have a link to the campaign,
you're
are
not.
we? We're not. Let's take a look at the main image that you guys have been using to promote your Are You Behind the Why? Here it is.
Our very own news girl, Georgie. What a
she
coincidence.
Face
You
of
are
the
the face of the
White House.
White.
Yeah, look, I think we're becoming a very nice, tight-knit family here, and as much fun as it is to chat to you, Georgia. I did this last time. I called her Georgia last time.
Yeah.
That's right, Georgia.
You're getting there.
I'm getting there. Look, thank you so much once again. Like I said, we're going to be supporting you all season.
Fantastic.
If people want to make a donation to the White House or they want to support you, get behind you, what do they do? Where do they go?
Yeah, definitely. Just head to our website, which is www.y-house.org.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much, Georgia. Thanks for coming in. Hopefully we can see you
Fantastic.
again sometime, maybe get you to Fed Square and participate in our...
Would love to. Thank you for
Yeah.
having us.
No worries.
Thanks for
Thank
coming
you.
on the show.
See ya.